I see 23 people in here. I can't really see the comments right now, or
Comments,
nobody's commented.
the comments are popping. It's been going on for a few hours.
Oh, let's see. Let's see. Top chat, live chat, boom.
They all wanted to see us on here.
Absolutely. Well, this is the interview that everybody's been asking for, and legitimately, I've just been kind of waiting. I've been waiting for you to tell your story, get it all out there before, you know what I'm saying? Uh, it makes sense for you to do it on your channel first, and then come over and do it on other people's channels after.
Well, I haven't really told my story yet. I'm still holding on to that one, but I definitely get where you're coming from.
Yeah. So tell us about your channel.
It's called Rolling with Crusher on YouTube. Cover a lot of biker stuff. It's geared towards, being like an educational platform. Like I've said so many times, I've seen so many dudes that were solid that come into it, start prospecting, and 2 weeks to a month later, they've already packed it in and left. And when I talk to them, like, "What the fuck, bro? You were solid." They didn't know what they were truly getting into. People sold them on all that fluff piece crap that everybody does. Like, we're gonna work around your schedule. We're gonna fucking take it easy on you. We're not gonna go out. Like all the BS that every
Yeah.
chapter does because they want to grow. So they sell a fluff piece. And I feel like there's so many people that are on the outside looking in that are truly curious about the 1% culture, and they just don't know crap about it. So figured
Right.
if I can jump in there, tying with you guys with what you guys are doing, maybe shine it from like a different light, and you know, give the people the information that they need to make a more informed decision.
Yeah. Yeah, which is important because inevitably you get lops, lames that end up showing up thinking that it's one thing and it's not, or just never works out well for them, and it could be a problem.
Yeah,
It
real
could be a
fast.
problem.
I've seen it time and time again. I'm sure anybody who's in here watching this right now, I'm sure they've seen it a million times.
100%. 100%. If you've, like, for me, I've never been in a club, never wanted to, never tried to prospect, none of that, right? I just know a lot of bikers. Let's call it what it is. Uh, and come from more of the prison stuff, right? But I see the treachery just from talking to people in the background mostly, which is kind of how we came to know each other, was through the whole Reading thing, me going after certain individuals in red and white up there.
I remember.
Yeah, yeah, and you guys were up there doing the damn thing, really.
Doing
The
what we do.
Yeah, the
I
AMC
love
and the
what we used.
Unity. Yeah, yeah, and I've met a lot of good one percenters out of it too, or bikers, right? A lot of the fellas, Fitz and uh, Jerry was instrumental from the fellas in putting together this AMC Unity thing, right? Resurrection, a lot of good dudes. Obviously, black and white. The green are involved, right? There's uh, what is it? Queens of Chaos,
Yeah.
right? A lot of good people that have come together, and I gotta say, I hated when I heard that it all kind of was put on pause. Uh, but now you're here. You're on the internet. You have your channel, and you're doing it good. You're doing it the right way, where you're not shitting on anybody. We're not trying to.
I'm trying as hard as I can to not use it as a hate platform. And I know there's a lot of people that want to make it into me using it as a hate platform. Just not what it's here for.
Well, inevitably that would end very poorly. You know. Yeah. E- Airing stuff like that out, it can cost you. It can cost you your reputation. It can cost you your mental health of it all. You know what I'm saying? Staying sane.
Yeah. Plus,
Uh,
it's like, after everything that I've been through and everything that happened, I have zero animosity towards my last club. I still hold them very high.
Yeah.
I still think the world of them. I've never said a bad thing never said a bad thing to them, and still don't plan on it. I don't really have anything
Yeah.
negative to say about them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's no secret the feelings I have towards that club. Like it's all respect, right? Because they've always come at me respectfully. You guys all came at me very respectfully, very matter of fact, would never speak on club anything ever, but more community than club. And basically that's kind of what I built that whole Reading case on is community, right?
No, I
Has
remember.
nothing to yeah. So you came into that club and they talk about eras. They talk about, obviously Doc, Little Dave. You came in Little Dave's era, right?
At the ass end of it.
Yeah, yeah. Um, it has blown up since then, has it not?
The little Dave thing, or
No, no, no. Just the club as a whole has really gone in a really strong direction since then.
I feel like yeah,
Yeah,
the guy who's running it right now, I feel like he does a stand up job.
absolutely, absolutely, and takes into account a lot of people uh, and their feelings on things, from what I understand, at least. Um, what are your feelings on the Little Dave issue?
Well, I didn't really know him that good. Met him a handful of times. He was more kind of like way up here versus me just coming in was kind of
Yeah,
down here. So I didn't get like a lot of that one on one time with Dave as a lot of people had.
yeah.
And I think when I came in, I think he was probably like a year and a half left when I came in.
A lot of people are surprised, and even I was when I learned how long Little Dave was at the head.
Yeah, long time.
15 years, 15 or 16 years, something like that. It's a long time. It just doesn't seem like it was.
Yeah.
Uh, I will say this: he did a lot of good. A lot of good.
Definitely did. Like you're
Yeah.
not gonna hold that spot for that long
Yeah.
if you're not doing shit right and doing it
Right.
good.
Right.
I personally think maybe he became a really easy target is kind of how I view it.
Well, towards the end, I think there was that the pinch, in my opinion, outsider looking in. Uh, I have at least firsthand knowledge from different places, but I wasn't there. I didn't see it. But I think it kind of went to the totalitarianism type of leadership at the very end, where it was like struggling to hold on to it all. Because I listen, I would never want to be an officer in that club. Just an officer in any charter, especially national. The weight is heavy,
It's a dog eat dog world for sure.
and those are all gentlemen gangsters, and all of them have really good minds for what they're doing. And I mean, on one hand, you could say, hey, just do what you're supposed to, act how you're supposed to act, be who, you know what I'm saying, stay solid, and you'll never have an issue. But we all know that doesn't always cover it, right? Like you could do all of those things and still end up with an issue.
Absolutely. I mean
Yeah.
that's the nature of this. Like I've done the 6 years that I was with my last club, I did nothing but good. Like I literally held everything together. And the last couple of months, none of it was for nothing. None of it meant a damn. People bought into somebody who could talk really good.
You had some good brothers up there though in that Reading chapter.
Oh, I did. I see them on here right now. There's a certain someone in here.
See, I can't see my comments right now. That's why I'm sitting here
No, there's a
live
certain someone
chat.
in here going off right now, and I have people
Uh-oh.
from my chapter that was with me who's
Oh, prospect.
No,
Okay. Well,
brothers,
yeah,
and
yeah.
saying like, "What are you talking about? None of it's true."
I wish I could
I don't.
see anything right now. This is all right. Let me see. All right. Live comment, live chat. Let's see. What the hell is all this? Hide all chat messages? No, I don't want to do that. I have top chat, live chat, and none of it's working. This is stupid. Look, I'll take a picture of it and text it to you. This is crazy.
You gotta fuck
Well,
up my phone. You
yeah.
gotta fuck up my
Oh
screen.
yeah. Yeah, never mind. Um
Anyway,
and
I'm not on here to entertain
well
fucking
well
dildo in
when
the
I do an
call.
interview, I'm not really in the chat anyway. So it doesn't bother me. But it does a little bit that I can't see a damn thing. But so I don't really want to talk about how it all came together with AMC and Unity. Uh, is it still going strong up there?
Honestly, I don't know. I really don't. The relationships that I had made with other clubs during that whole movement, uh, I really felt like those relationships ran deeper than just a club, than just club stuff. But I found out they were. It's they were just that. They were face value, and that's okay. That's club life.
See, it starts to teeter on that. That's your story that you need to tell, but you need to do it on your channel, so that we can have interviews where we just talk about stuff.
I can tell you this: the AMC was, and I know there's a million people that want to say, "Oh, we did it, we did it, we I was in on it, I did this, I did that." There was two of us that started it. It was me and Fitz. It was mine and his idea. And I know other people are saying like, "Oh no, I was in on it, I was in on it." No, it was me and him. It was our brainchild. Like we started it, and then we started inviting other people at the ground floor, like at the ground level of it. So
Well, there's always Jerry from the fellas who was
solid.
a huge part of it. Shane, obviously, Cottrell. Like there are people that were really all of you guys together. Like Queens of Chaos, Resurrection, right? All of these clubs where,
I feel like right now those are just names. Like those
well,
people didn't start it.
no, but they all of you guys together brought it in and boxed it into this thing that is like this movement that hasn't really been seen before, right? Like a community movement, like
Not not on our spectrum. Like definitely on the other spectrum, that stuff that they did. But as far as like our
yeah,
standpoints and who we were,
yeah,
something that hadn't been done yet.
yeah. No, where you're basically telling the clubs in the area, we don't care whose parties you guys go to. We don't care what support patch you're wearing. If you come to our events or you come to our meetings, we're not going to treat you poorly because of it. We're going to show you how you should be treated, right? Like men. Because at the end of the day, it's all men. That's what I really dug about it. Where it's like so many times you see these clubs, well, specific ones, they want to go in and bully and act an ass. And you guys showed up and said, no, no, that's not how this is going to be done anymore. And that movement needs to push. That's,
I I,
that's,
I truly hope that they keep pushing it, and to the best
yeah,
of my knowledge, they are.
yeah.
But like I said, since I laid my shit down and I left, I really haven't had. I mean, I've had this much contact with
Yeah.
anybody who was involved in that and the whole Jerry. Though I do got to give mad props to Jerry because Jerry's really like pretty much the only one that actually has hit me up and was like, "Hey, bro, like I called you my friend. and that runs deep. It actually means something to me.
Yeah.
Everybody else, from like the people that I talk to every couple of days who are involved with that, it was kind of like, but it's
Well,
cool. I
not
expected
to
the fight.
speak for them, but the way everything kind of went, maybe everybody's just kind of sitting back going, let's see how this plays itself out before we invest ourselves again, or something like that. Um, if you could do it over again, would you do it differently?
Club life in general.
Decisions. Yeah, just decisions. Everything that's led to you being here right now talking to me.
I would definitely do club life again in a heartbeat. And like I said last night, like there's nothing saying that I'm even done with club life. Like I said, I've got my irons in a couple of fires right now. I thought when I left that I was just going to be done with club life, but it's who I am. It's what I do.
Right.
Would I do it all over again? Absolutely.
Yeah.
I would do it again in a heartbeat. A couple of things that I would change is I would stay away from the politics.
Well, I mean, heavy is the hand, right, or the head. Uh, when you start to become officer in a club, there's always everybody's looking to you.
Well, like I said last night as well, politics start like when you assume any officer role in a club, even your basic officer roles. That's entry level to the politics.
Yeah. Did you? All right. Would you pick, say, the original club that you were in over 1%? Like,
Um, no, I don't know. That's a hard one because like when we started that mom and pops club, we didn't realize what we had. Like
right.
the no politics, the you don't have to do this and you don't have to get an okay to do this and this, like all of that stuff. So we didn't realize how good we really had it until we didn't have it. But
Yeah.
then you leave that and you join something that was the beast that we joined. That's a feeling like no other. So it's like,
Yeah.
damn.
Yeah. Well, when it comes down to it, though, with the diamond clubs, there's there's worse places you could have chosen to go.
Oh,
You
definitely.
know. Yeah.
I grew up around it though, so like I saw that particular side of the scene from a very young age.
Well, so you grew up in that area, correct? Basically. No,
So
no, because you were in Oregon and all that before, right?
I've never lived in Oregon. I was born in Modesto,
Oh.
and I spent
Oh.
I spent like the first 10 or 11 years in Modesto, and at that point, my my pretty much my whole family, they were either with a different team or they were big supporters of that team. So
Right.
it's like a very normal day for me to wake up and come out of the room and see, 6, 7 passed out bikers on the floor and 4 Harleys passed out on the lawn. But I got to see firsthand a lot of that behind the scenes crap that you don't see when you're thinking about joining a
Yeah.
club. I got to see a lot of that stuff for a long stint of time. Like
Yeah.
unedited, raw. So I knew it wasn't for me.
Yeah. Because the first run, at least with red and white in the Reading area, can't. I mean, they did have Bobby T, who was on the registry, Fuzzy, people like that. They had a squad, though. It was a squad. You couldn't deny. Like, Bobby T was every vile thing that you could say, but he was also that dude. He was like El Kukui almost sometimes, right? Um, and then it got shut down. When did you guys open up in the Reading area? When they were rebranding and bringing back Reading?
No, no. So when we relaunched Reading, because Reading it was a chapter many years ago,
Mm-hmm.
and then it went away. So when we relaunched it, It was in 2020, and those guys were non-existent here.
Right.
If there were any here, you never seen them. It was kind of like pretty much one of their support clubs were kind of the big dogs in town. They were
Right.
acting as the big homie here, right?
Right.
And so as soon as we launched, I feel like it was probably like oh fuck that, no, we're gonna relaunch it, right? So that's when Scotty and some people came,
Yeah.
made all the moves, put things together, and made it happen. So it was kind of right when we launched, they launched, and then it was just kind of like every time one of us would level up, the next one will, and it just kind of went like
Yeah.
that.
But yeah, because it seemed like overnight that club that you were just talking about, the one that was out there before they relaunched, was shut down basically, and then all of a sudden Hell's Angels opened up on the hill out
Absolutely.
there. And it was like Shane, I personally, like he kept it together, and you were running against Shane at one
Yeah,
point.
we were, but I honestly can't think of a single time that me and Shane ever met.
Yeah,
Uh, we ended up living literally a couple of miles from each other. And I don't even think either one of us knew that until shortly before we actually met. So I
yeah,
never met him until he had already left.
yeah.
And once I
Okay,
talked to him, I was like, this is a solid ass dude. Like,
cool as shit.
to this day, I have nothing bad to say about Shane.
Yeah, yeah,
I think Shane is a stand up dude. And I think anything that he does, it's going to prosper. It's going to work good. I think that was their. I feel like that was the other guys. That I feel like that was probably their like final
downfall.
blow
Yeah,
when he was
it
no
is.
longer there. I feel like that was the final blow to them because I
Yeah,
do believe that he did hold that together and he was that stronghold who made everything
yeah,
happen. And you just, well, everybody who stays up on it, we've all seen what's happened since he's been gone. It's like chop,
exactly.
chop, chop, chop. How many times can you hit the tree with an axe before the tree just falls?
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah. And it was, you guys almost had it over. you got,
it's not at
but
some point you have to stand on 10 toes and you have to be a man. And if something's going on that you don't believe in, you
yeah,
have to believe in it as a man to be able to be a good patch holder, to be a good member. And if something's not going like it's supposed to do, and you're doing everything that you can possibly do to try to fix it, and you just at some point, you got to remove yourself from the situation
yeah. And like I said, that's a story that we're all eagerly waiting.
in time.
Yeah. So, and exactly in time. This is all still fresh for you.
Yeah,
What?
but I mean, doing this podcast with you, I'm finding out all kinds of new stuff that I did. Like through the comments, I realized that I stole $20,000 from somebody.
Well, like I said, I can't even see the comments, but that's all stuff for you guys to. That's all stuff I don't want to be a part of bringing out, but at the same
I,
time, that's your story to tell. That's their story to tell. Like you guys can, like I give you a platform to be able to do whatever, right? And
no, I appreciate it, and I know I say all the time I want to stay so far away from it, but like sometimes things.
the pressure will continue to build until and even me, like I said, I'm eagerly awaiting being able to hear your side of things, but it's hard because you don't want to talk poorly of the club that you were in. You don't want to talk poorly of the people that you were
It's
in that club with, but you
it's
want to
not
be
it's
able to
not the
tell your
club.
story.
Yeah, it's not the club. It's a individual.
Right. Right. Um I mean shit, box it out. I saw the casino up there holds cage fights.
No,
Open
I read it.
open.
I see it in here.
Oh, did he say that in here?
Yeah.
Oh, well, see, uh, Shane was telling me about that, and everybody knows that I talk to Shane, never about club business, but just more about the unity, the fellas, things like that. Because he has his ear to the ground, and even when we've always talked, I've always been the first one to say, "Hey, Shane's my boy," right? Like me and him, we have a good friendship. Uh, and the reason is just like with you, I never ask you guys club shit. I never do.
Right?
And stuff that comes to me, but I never ask anybody anything. Uh, because I find it greasy. If you're one of them news kind of guys that are just digging, hey, what can you tell me about this? That's just not my style. Uh, but and you know he's into that MMA, and I told him I see the casino up there. Why don't you challenge Alan to the cage fight? Right? Because they're both trained. So Alan, you're openly by me without even talking to Shane about it,
Yeah,
being
you got
called
an
out
open invite.
to go fight Shane in this cage. Right? And then the same would, in my mind, go for, whatever issues you guys have. Yeah. A lot of times that'll get it out of the way. But
No, it's just funny, but when you look on here and you see somebody who's like, "Let's fight at the cage. Let's fight at the cage." Like, I can
that's
I
crazy
can
because,
specifically remember when you got called out, not you, but you on the chat, when you got called out by somebody to go fight at the cage, and you didn't do it. But now
all
here
right,
you are saying, "Let's go fight." Well, save it, save it.
let me, uh, let
I'd
me,
love to know that I live rent free in your head.
let me log on to my other phone here so that I can see the comments because I can't see. It's all pitch black below my screen and it's getting on my last nerve because I want to see what the hell is, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm the only guy that doesn't get to see what's being said here. Nah, we can't do that. Let's see. All right. Boom. See, I can't even mod myself up right now because I have another little, it's not even a channel. It's just a profile, VPS Rick, where if I want to go talk in somebody else's chats, besides like you or Breeze or somebody like that, I'll go under this one just to protect myself from saying something stupid to somebody and getting kicked off the internet for anything. There we go. See, now I can see it. All right. This is crazy. So, reset. So do you have any plans? Like obviously you haven't shaken the bug of being in a club. I can just tell by talking to you.
I thought I did. And like, even when I'm having conversations, it's kind of like, why are you acting like you're done? You know, you're not done. So, and I'm so leaning more towards that because this is what I do. Like, I build chapters. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm done. I'm probably not.
See, Breeze is a lot like that, and I've always said Breeze will probably end up in another club. I've always told him that. I met Shane post Hell's Angels, pre what he's doing now in life, right in that time frame. And even when I would talk to him, I'd be like, "Yeah, you're going to end up in a club. You're not done with this." You could just tell. Sometimes it just gets you a hold of you. Um, Obviously, 1% though. Like,
Well, I mean, if you're gonna be in a club,
yeah,
then why do anything less?
okay, but I'll say take the fellas as 1% as it gets. But they don't need all that. They don't need nobody to tell them who they are.
I was, I when I left, I had very, very strong thoughts about potentially being a fella. Like very, very strong thoughts about it. But that went away.
the politics of that could get ugly for a lot of fellas, obviously, black and white. It could that could muddy it up for sure. I
Wouldn't that
understand why you
the
wouldn't.
same drama with any club though?
That's true. That's true. The club life, it's a lot of it's
Politics.
YouTube's a lot like this too. It's who's in your comments talking. Why are you friends with this guy? And it's like, wait, I have loyalty to my friends. That's why I don't do any sucker shit, right? But other than that, like George Christie is the only person I won't interview, right? Or the cop that took down the Hells Angels in Arizona are about the only two people that I will not interview. Or Bobby T. There's a few, but other than that, like the story is the story. I'm in here to put the story to the profile, the meat crusher almost, right? Not not to further anybody else's agendas. And that's really at the end of the day the best thing I could tell you for YouTube is you kind of got to go about that way where like you and Pee Wee, that would be a badass interview.
It's in the works.
I think it should.
It's
That
in
would be
the
cool as hell.
yeah.
Yeah. And Pee Wee is he's he's too cool for school, bro. That dude is cool as fuck.
Yeah, I've been chatting it up with him a little bit, and I like him so far.
Yeah.
I find myself in such an awkward position right now because, being where I came from, you flat out don't fuck with certain people, right?
Yeah.
And now it's kind of like if I remain where I'm at, I don't have those fucking blinders and guidelines anymore. Like I can literally do what the fuck
Right.
I want.
Right.
And just from our couple of conversations, I'm like, fuck, this shit seems cool as fuck, right? Like
Yeah.
had I ever talked to him in my life 2 months ago? Absolutely not. But like with their Facebook movement that they're doing right now, him, Mooch, and
Yeah.
some other guys, like,
Well, Pee Wee started that Brothers for Life.
yeah,
And even 3-4 years ago when I went to Pee Wee's house and went and interviewed like BA and Pee Wee and all Rob and everybody, uh he was doing 100 people on his land camping out, a band, like this whole, and there was no politics. There was no club politics whatsoever. There were members or ex-members from all types of clubs. It's just you can't be a piece of shit, basically. And I dig that. I really did dig that. So, it's hard. I don't envy your journey from here on out. That's for sure.
one of those things
Because
in life, it is what it is. Like,
yeah,
ain't nobody stopping me from doing a goddamn thing.
well, it's got to be easier than the first day, right? Waking up after the first day and
On that aspect, looking at it that way, yes, every day does get a little bit easier. But that part, I thought you were going somewhere else, but that particular part of it, that's still super heavy on me,
yeah,
because for 6 years, I put everything, everything that I could possibly give, I put into that.
yeah,
And yeah, it still hurts that I'm not there anymore. But, it is what it is. It'll pass.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's there's no other choice to it. It's just like you said. It is where it is, and nothing will change it. There is no reconciliation there. Uh, and it sucks. It sucks on just a human level to be like you said, every day this was your life, and then one day you wake up and it's no longer that, and that's got to be hard to cope with and deal with.
I think a lot of these guys are wanting me to run for president of the United States.
You don't want that job either. You need to stop trying to be the president. That's
For P. That's the ultimate form of fucking politics right there, right?
Right.
No, but I mean, you're right. Every day gets a little bit easier on that aspect. And really, what I'm really filling my time with that just helps a lot is the YouTube, the platform that I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
Because I get some stuff off of my chest that I wouldn't tell, somebody or wouldn't normally say. I kind of get it off of my chest, but still keeping it in a positive light. And like I said, like just try to help people in these situations that are coming into bike life or wanting to get into bike life.
You brought us Stinky, bro.
The G,
Stinky's dope as shit, bro.
he's a G.
Yeah. Yeah. Those are some of the best interviews probably this year on any biker channel was you and Stinky was it killed it.
I
So
wish my air conditioning was working in here right now because it's fucking hot as fuck in here right now.
yeah,
So like I'm not all fucking like I normally am. It's fucking hot in here. But no, Sneaky, we're gonna do more of those. You've got a lot to see. There's a lot more coming from me and Stinky.
absolutely. And there should. He's a star. And the same with Breeze. Inevitably
What is
people
that?
people come in the comments and they try to light the fire and they do it in Breeze's comments too. Uh I have no hatred for Breeze or disdain for Breeze. And he is a star. He's an absolute star, right? It's just me and him came to a point where it was just time to split ways and be done. At least for me, right? And my own mental you talk to Breeze probably every day.
No.
It is
I
manic.
do talk to him a lot, but definitely not every day.
Breeze
But
can overload you. Breeze can overload you. He is an over the top personality and he doesn't turn off.
he does have an over the top personality,
Hmm.
and if I was his roommate, I would probably get really tired of it really fast. But like, I personally can't give Breeze enough credit. Like, he
Yeah.
was the one who really talked me into like doing this platform, and I'm like, fuck, I don't know, bro. And he's like, are you fucking kidding me, bro? You've been in the club for this fucking long, all this club like.
Yeah.
You have to, bro. Like you
Yeah.
have to, and I said fuck it, rolled the dice, and now we haven't even been doing this a month, and we're over 3,400 subscribers. Like,
And that'll go up too. And it's a good lane for you to kind of vent, right? To get everything off your chest, to talk about things, to your experiences and all that, you know. And with Breeze, I'll never talk shit. I'll talk shit to Breeze. Like if I get in your comments, I'm just gonna just pick at him. But
I
that's
see
just
it.
me and Breeze.
I
Yeah,
see it.
I'm
I
just
mean,
fucking with him.
that's just YouTube.
Hey, Breeze hit you with the "Do you know lunatic" yesterday, and I died laughing, bro. That shit
Yeah,
was hilarious.
apparently that was some inside joke. I think we
Yeah,
researched it when I got home, and it's a meme or so, a meme or something like that. Like,
yeah. Shout out to Breeze, rolling with Breeze. Yeah, obviously, if you haven't subscribed, go over there and subscribe. Just because me and him aren't doing this anymore together doesn't mean I want to see him fail in any way. I want to see him continue to succeed and help his family by doing YouTube. And I think he's worth every minute of it. I just don't want to be on the ride with him because he's just too crazy for me.
well, you got a fast lane, you got a medium lane, and a safe lane.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly. And a lot of the things that I talk about, i.e., the Reading shit, Allen, all that, right? Bakersfield, I covered that. He lives in that area. I don't want to cause him any undue stress by saying the things that I'm going to say, right? So it's just better. It's better for him. It's better for me. That way, no, he's not getting pulled up on something I say. I'm not getting pulled up on something he says, you know, and we work good off of each other. I'll be the first one to admit that, but
I feel like you guys did a really good job on the show because I feel like you were kind of like the bigger brother that reeled it back in, and he was the younger, hot headed brother that was. Yeah, but
yeah,
I like the fuck out of both of you.
yeah, yeah, exactly. And I'll never turn anybody away from him. Uh, Why? If I if I brought him on the show for that long, that many times, obviously I see something in him, or else why would I do it?
Right.
So for me to turn around because we got into it and we don't talk anymore and say anything against that would be going clearly against everything that I was doing for the last 9 months, 10 months before that. Like I would look like an idiot doing that. And I would be an idiot. I'd be lame doing that. So I won't partake in that.
No, you
But you
shouldn't.
have fun with him. You have fun with him. He's your problem now. So what have you learned on YouTube so far?
There's a lot that goes into this crap. I mean, it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's not just recording yourself on your phone and then posting it. Like,
Yeah.
it's a lot.
Yeah. Wait till you get into the editing, bro.
You know, I've so thought about it, but I honestly feel like I just want to keep it raw. If I stumble and fall, then it is what it is. Like, but really, for the most part, I don't feel like I really stumble because it's the
No.
truth, and I'm just spitting facts straight out of my head. So it's not like
Yeah.
you got to pause and be like, oh, and then I did this. Like, no, it's the truth. It's right there. You're just spitting it.
So whenever you write notes out to, like, say with us, last night you said, "Hey, send me some of the questions that you want to ask," right? And what I say, I don't do that,
I mean, no.
right? Yeah, basically no. Because I don't work that way, right? You just have to trust that I'm not going to drive you off a cliff and make you look bad because that makes me look bad, right? So I just don't partake in that bullshit. And then as I was thinking about what we would talk about throughout the night, uh, before we went live, I said, "Hey, this is kind of the direction that the conversation will be, but the conversation will just go wherever it goes." And I think that's where a lot of people. I saw you with notes. That's a critique I would have is, fuck those notes, bro. Just be you.
Usually what it is, are you talking about my notes or when I was asking Breeze a question?
Both. They're your notes on questions, basically.
Because usually I'll write down notes. Like if somebody says something, I'm like, oh fuck, I want to answer
That's
that.
good to do. That's
So
good to do.
down, but the questions were, it's so tricky what you can say on here and what you can't say for multiple reasons, for the YouTube standards, the guidelines, but also for the club standards and guidelines, right?
Hmm.
It's a very fine line. So it's like, and every club's different, right? Every club has their own set of guidelines. So it's like, these are the questions I'm going to ask you. Are you good with these ones? And then it might be like, well, let's get rid of this one, or however it might work out.
Well,
But I get what you're saying.
so I do a lot of the stories, cover a lot of the interesting trials and shit when it comes to MC stuff, and I do it in long form. I've had to invent my own language. How many times do you see me on a live start to say something and go, no, no, I can't say that, and just abandon the entire thought that I just had because I know better. The repercussion or the inference basically that I would be giving by asking that question could get somebody hemmed up, or it could lead to somebody being investigated or anything like that. So I have to like stop myself a lot. It's hard. It is hard to navigate YouTube when you're talking about something that we talk about, uh, and try to do it correctly on a street standard and a YouTube standard. It's hard.
Yeah, but also I feel like as a creator, though it's kind of like your job, right? Like you have to navigate those lines. And
Yeah,
I feel like it's a
100%.
it's a challenge, and well, you've been doing this a long time, so I feel like you have it. Like you know exactly your do's and don'ts.
Yeah.
I'm still navigating that because sometimes I'll be like, oh yeah, this and oh fuck, I didn't mean to say that. But like, yeah. So I'm definitely still navigating it.
Yeah. And as you get more connections, with different clubs and all that. I find it better to try to let them know it's coming before I put something out. Run through a do and don't. You know, like certain clubs don't even like you to really say their name. No club likes us to say their name. Let's get that right.
Yeah.
But certain ones I respect enough not to really say their name a whole bunch or never say it in a negative sentence, basically. Uh,
I feel
and
like it's such a fine line right there. It's like I'm putting you in a good light, but at the end of
mhm,
the day, you're still doing it, right?
yeah, yeah. But somebody's going to, right? You look at all the other biker channels, they're all going to be talking about the same stories. I try to bring my own stories or my own connections, and that's kind of what sets me apart. Um, but somebody's going to talk about it. It might as well be done at least as correctly as we can with the information that we're being given, to not fumble the ball and get people caught up or say something that just isn't 100% is fucked up. So it can be tough. It can be tough. Are you doing it from your computer?
No,
Oh, okay. I do mine from my cell phone. This iPhone, the entire time I've ever done YouTube, has been on an iPhone.
I do my lives from my phone, but then when I'm
Right.
doing videos, I do it from my desktop. So that way, freaking, because I did the green screen and I
I
got like,
see that.
I know it's too busy right now. I'm gonna be toning it down. There's a lot going on that background, but like I said, all this shit's groundbreaking for me right now. Like I got to play with it, find out what's right. I just got tired of everybody looking at that one window with all the sun glares coming in on it.
100%. 100%. I mean, green screen, there's something to it. I just put up stuff like I got that from, I don't know, maybe Rob from Ventura. Everything comes from somebody. I got Clayton Bigsby. The If you have never watched the Chappelle Show, you won't know who that is. But if you have, that's fucking hilarious.
I'm like, it's small. I can't see it.
Here,
I'm looking at my
yeah.
4 inch
Oh
screen.
yeah,
For
yeah,
what it's on my desktop, the interview's not rolling on it. I can see the comments,
yeah,
but the video itself's not. And yours is working backwards, right? That one's working, but not your comments.
yeah. I can't see the comments at all, but I have my phone, my burner phone right here, logged in so that I can now see the comments. It's crazy. YouTube does stuff like that though. It happens. It gets twitchy. There's StreamYard people use. Uh, I've kind of used the tools that YouTube has given me to use, and that way you optimize YouTube. Maybe they show you a little love for doing that. Just use their live instead of
Well, I think that other
other
one,
format.
they'll let you do your lives with the background. StreamYard.
Somebody he said, Rick, ever show everybody you got legs. Are we sock checking? Homie, I'll sock check. That's fine. Look. Boom. What's that?
I told you he had legs.
What's that? Sock check. Good. Yeah. Hey, that's Breeze's thing. Him and God, I don't even know. Maybe him and Elwood came up with it. They're like, Rick has no legs. They would call me in the middle of the night saying that shit. I'm just like, Breeze, go to sleep.
I was trying to figure out, like, fuck, where you're in a wheelchair. I'm like, I don't know. I only ever see him from about here up when I watch him.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Let's see. We're getting text messages. Let's see. Somebody said from the background, why would you want to go to another club when you were in the best club?
Well, the person who asked that already asked it on here,
Okay.
and I'm not responding to any of his
Okay.
videos. It's not
Yeah.
worth the time.
So I was like, We're getting messages and all. Here, let's see. But I told you, inevitably, I was like, I'm going to get a bunch of messages.
It is what it is. Like I talked to you before, I knew this shit was gonna come, but waiting
Yeah.
for it live. It started this morning on my Instagram. Like,
Well, very few people understand and know, but the people that do, when it comes to Reading with what happened up there, there's a whole bunch of controversy surrounding it. And like I said, that is your story whenever you tell it to tell. But when it comes to stuff like that, you're always going to have this side asking this side questions and vice versa when it comes to you and your camp, them and their camp, you know. And and at the end of the day, I think we kind of get stuck in the middle of it. But I'm waiting for you to do the video on it, man, so we could just openly talk about it, you know.
no, it's like if anything that has been said is true, anything, any of it was true. Why would everybody leave with me? Wouldn't they be like, oh sweet, the fucking turd's gone?
Right. uh, so I just know from the outside looking in, basically, with all of that. And you know, you hear grumblings and then it happened. And I can't lie, it hurt me that it happened, because I was like, fuck, we're working on this thing, right?
Hmm.
And I had invested myself personally into this thing, this Unity, the AMC, all of this, right? And then it started to unravel. And I was like, fuck. Now it hasn't unraveled, just one portion of it, with and that's where you come in, where it's like right in the middle of that one portion. And it's a hell of a tale. There's a lot going on in that. But I told you, I don't envy being you. I don't envy being you one bit, bro. I like where I'm sitting compared to where you're sitting with all of this, because I wouldn't want to have that stress.
I mean, I'm just reading their comments, and these two, they can't even get their life straight. One of them just said only two left with me, and the other one said, yeah, only four left with you. You guys should have got together a little bit and not just called Rick and be like, here's what we're gonna do.
Well, how
Just
many
together and
how many
when
people
it first.
how many people did you guys have in the room up there? Because there's a few that I know of, obviously. Uh, the two main uh, members in that, you being one of them. And then,
Who was
like I
the
said,
other one?
Cottrell. Everybody knows who Cottrell is.
Control wasn't a member.
Well,
He's running around telling people right now he's still a member. He's not. He, he,
that's
he wasn't a member.
well, I don't want to put his business out there, but right now he's, yeah, because of all that went on, he's still dealing with all of that. So I don't know what's going on with him. I haven't really spoken to him, but there are people that I talk to that are close to that scene that are kind of, nobody wants to really come off the truth of what happened, and that's why I'm so curious about it. Uh, because you see the comments, you see everybody. There's smut being thrown, obviously, and we're just like, fuck, what really happened up there, man?
Over there's gonna want to talk about it because they went with the word of a fucking manipulator, and ultimately they lost the entire fucking chapter over
Yeah,
it. That's why nobody's gonna want to talk about it.
yeah.
And then we have people on here trying their hardest to. I mean, wasn't it the same guy who's the day after I quit who came out and told everybody that mom came up here and took my patch and threw me out?
So nobody ever told me that. I heard that you left. I heard you left yourself. Uh, so that's never been, at least whoever was saying that never either I don't talk to or never said it to me because I never heard that. I heard you left.
When I had a conversation with you when I was up at the campground, right? And I
Yeah.
think I asked you what you heard, and you said the word on the street is that you got thrown out.
Hmm. That you were out, maybe, but not thrown out. You weren't even. They didn't even label the out yet because it was that fresh. Remember, because you had gotten a hold of me basically right when it happened, and you said, "Hey, before everybody else gets in your ear, I want to tell you what happened."
Maybe
And
someone
that's
else.
that's when I called you.
And I asked you to be like, "Is this what you heard?" I think that's probably
Yeah,
what it was. You're
yeah.
right.
Because it was like day of or day after where it was like trying to get ahead of it, and it's like I told you when it was all still fresh happening. Uh, and I was just like, "Fuck! This really just throws everything. It fucks it all up." And then, of course, you got Alan and all them beating their chests like they did something, and they didn't, and that sucks.
That was probably the second worst part of me leaving. The
Oh
first
yeah,
was leaving, but the second worst part was knowing that people were going to be like, "Oh yeah, we did that. We shut down that chapter."
right. That and we talked. It was so fresh happening that it was a day or two old. And when we talked, and that was my main thing was like, fuck, we're done. you know, no, but it's not. It's just it's being manicured by other
I, I, I,
clubs
definitely, I
right now.
definitely think we got other people stepping up and assuming that
Hmm.
and
Yeah,
picking that up.
and very capable hands too.
Absolutely, I have all the faith in that particular person.
Yes, yes. So, uh, and it's an ever changing landscape, and the cream always rises to the top. Shit'll always, find its way to the bottom. So it's just everything was dialed in. It was a smooth running machine trying to show
We were close.
faultiness.
We were
Yeah,
close.
and it sucks. It broke my heart. And then and I don't even think that we really talked too much uh, about why that night. I think it was more of the fuck, what the fuck happened, and little things here and there. Like I said, everybody's kind of tight-lipped, and they're drawing more curiosity from me than anything else. Where it's like, fuck, you know, it's I don't envy you one bit because it's hard. It's hard to navigate with YouTube. It's hard to navigate your life. It's a smaller area. You guys have all known each other, all been around each other for so long, and now there's this animosity that's out there, and it's like, fuck, man, why did it have to go like this?
But it is what it is. My routines are still the same every day. I still live in the same house.
Well, yeah,
Motherfuckers know where I'm at. Like they
yeah,
don't.
yeah. I don't think it's to that point.
Nothing
I don't think
changed.
it's to that point. Maybe with you and Cottrell, you guys will get together and figure it out between the two of you. But I don't think anybody else really feel. I think really it's you guys. It's the two of you, and it sucks because I don't want that to happen because we were all on the same team rooting for each other at the 2 months ago, you know, 3 months ago. And now it's like fucking washed. And it's like, what the fuck? What happened? So
But you know what? It is what it is. I'm glad.
it
I'm glad
is.
I saw those. I'm glad I saw those true colors. Somebody fucked up and slipped and showed their true colors shortly out of the gate, and I never gave them a second opportunity. Whoever that person was.
Do you ever feel like when you become a leader of a chapter or something, wearing the pea patch and I'm speaking from personal experience too, sometimes you feel like this is my word, do what I say?
No,
Almost drunk. No.
Nope.
Never.
No, because if you ask anybody who was truly in my chapter and a member, if I was ever biased on anything, I would tell my guys, and even the haters on here can. Well, they probably won't say it because it's another life. But if I was biased on anything, I would. We'd be at church. I'd sit back, push myself back from the table. And I'd say, "Hey, you guys, I'm fucking biased on this matter. You guys vote that out." And
Yeah.
I would let them vote on it, and what they said ran because I wasn't a dictator, and I know that was somebody's favorite word was to make me into a dictator. But
Yeah.
I mean,
I
look,
mean,
you got Sloppy right here. Sloppy, I know you're watching. Is that not exactly how it rolled, Sloppy? If I was biased on something, did I instantly bow out, tell you guys that I was biased, and have you guys vote on it alone?
shout out Sloppy. That was a great interview too, by the way.
Thank you.
Stinky is the one though, bro. He's too like he's cool to sit and chop it up listening to. You know what I'm saying? And when you guys get together, that shit was fire. Um,
There's your
yeah, I
answer
just
right there from
asked.
Sloppy. Truth, you would sit back.
Sloppy is a crazy ass nickname. That is a cold handle. The black and white have some cold ass handles though. I've heard some handles. The Vagos too though. The green they got some cold handles. Uh, my favorite is still the 81 Doug the Thug. That's a dope ass handle, bro. But anyway, that's I saw that in the comments right here. I don't know, man. Where's it end then? Where do you see all of this ending? Like, can it just cease and be done, and you move on about your life?
Here's what I can tell you
Hmm.
is that I don't give any of these dudes a second thought
Yeah,
until it's something like this. These guys are not a thought on my fucking brain, but I
yeah,
love the fact that I live in theirs rent free. Like,
right.
give up. Who the fuck would I be sitting around and thinking about dudes all day? I'm good.
Well, do you think it's the freshness and the YouTube, obviously? You know, uh, besides Mooch, how many ex black and white members have you seen really start a channel?
Started channel, not many.
Not many.
But one
So
thing that
it's new.
yeah. One thing that does blow my mind though is in this really since like I feel like the last 2 weeks the channel's really done a lot.
Oh yeah.
And in those 2 weeks, the amount of ex brothers that have hit me up,
Oh yeah.
absolutely insane. And
Yeah.
a lot of them are asking me to do interviews, and I kind of go over with them what you want to talk about. And a lot of them, unfortunately, they're wanting to come on for the wrong reasons, so I'm not letting them come on.
Right.
But the sheer amount of ex brothers that have hit me up through this, just because they're scrolling through YouTube, and all of a sudden my face pops on there, like fuck, I know that dude.
Yeah.
Watch it and hit me up, and like holy shit, like what the fuck happened? Like you were the North. What the fuck happened? And, man, all good
Yeah.
things come to an end.
Yeah. Um, let's see. Crusade said they don't have the sack to start a channel. It is there is an inherent not danger, but when you're talking about the stuff that we talk about on the internet, the consequences of getting something wrong are dire sometimes. So it's like it's hard to maneuver. And we were just talking about that earlier. It's hard to maneuver a conversation. Even right now, I can see. I just saw it flash by. I can see Cottrell is in here. I know you guys have issues, and it's hard to maneuver, right? It's super hard to try to stay unbiased, but just have built these even small relationships with people, and then they go to war against each other, and then you're like, fuck.
You know, on that note, though, I do want to give a shout out to Cottrell because he was my second subscriber on my YouTube. So, shout out to you, Cottrell, for that.
You guys are wild.
Give a fuck.
Both of you guys, yeah, you guys are wild. Sound like me and Breeze.
Fuck.
Worse. Worse. So,
Fuck it. It's Thursday night.
do you have anything in the works to interview anybody from any other clubs?
Uh, I do. Well, not a lot. I have one. And he's still kind of wah. So I don't want to say anything just yet. Because right now it's really just been ex mom,
Yes.
ex brothers that I talk to, because I feel like that's where my bonds are. Like I've met these people, and
Yeah.
I like Breeze, everything that he's done for me. Like I can't thank him enough. Like he does a lot of interviews with the people that he was around,
Yes.
and I feel like I kind of fell right into that, where I'm doing a lot of interviews with guys from my past, if that makes
Right.
sense. But I'm trying so hard to keep my channel where it is and not get into like the biker news per se, right? Because
Yes.
I feel like that's an extremely hard line to navigate, and I think you do an exceptional job at it. And
Sometimes.
I
Yeah.
want nothing to do with that lane, right? I
Yeah.
want to tell my stories and stuff like that. So I have, asked a couple of times, like, do you guys think I should do these cover biker news? And I feel like it's
Mm,
like my response is like a 50-50. And I feel like on that, I'm going to run that as a no. I'm going to just
yeah.
keep doing what I do.
Yeah. Yeah. But interviews is a different thing. And I think you do really good when you have somebody up there and you guys are bouncing off, especially with memories,
And air
with the
conditioning.
and air conditioner for sure. For sure.
Everybody who knows me knows I don't drink water. I'm in here pounding this shit. I'm like, oh.
Got to. As I'm getting older, man, I'm trying to. I'm trying to drink less soda and more water as I down 12 pack of Dr. Pepper every day. It's bullshit, but see, I don't even know who's who. I know who Cottrell is because I just saw his name. Uh, but I don't like Sloppy. I don't see any. I don't know who's who. Howdy Crusher, Butte County in the house. See, and you do. You have a good following so far. Uh, with a lot of strong showing for you, basically. A lot of people are digging what you're doing, including myself. You know,
Well, I
so
appreciate it, especially coming from you.
yeah.
That's,
Well,
that's what, before this live even started, I was in the chat with some of the the viewers in here. We were just kind of
yeah.
fucking around, and I'm like, "Fuck, guys, I feel like I made it to the big time."
Ah, bro, it's. I've just been doing it for a couple of years. I mean, shit, my life fell apart. I was out there getting it hard, doing the most, fucking my whole life up the best I could. In the middle of all of this too, right? I've just started to come back, and Breeze was a big part of that, pushing me to go live more, to do more on the channel, and I always have to thank him for that. But you know, I'm not paying to fix the Iron Pigeon no more either. So I just we're cool. We're cool. See, I know what it's like too. You're not alone up here right now.
Oh,
I know what it's like.
it is what it is, bro. Like fucking, like I don't think I could have said it better earlier. I don't spend a single moment of my day thinking about these guys. Like there's
Yeah.
people in the club definitely that I miss, and that will never change. Like I, my last club, I fucking love it. I have nothing but respect for that club. Uh, I
Have
think
you had
about
it?
I think about the club often.
Have you had any moments in your area since all this happened where you see somebody or something and just kind of smiled like, if I
That's
was in the club, it wouldn't. Yeah, this
there's
would be
been
a different
there's
interaction.
been a couple of us at a couple times, and it's funny because me and another individual just talking about that earlier today, and it's like it's not our fight anymore. So
Yeah.
give
Yeah.
I give two fucks anymore.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of the stance that you have to to just build for yourself. Like at some point, it's like fuck this, right? You have to, or hold on, and then it just drives you mad, right? So you can't have that.
Or you end up on somebody's podcast fucking hammering the comments, fucking wishing that you still had the life you had 15 years ago. Fuck off.
Oh, there's Sloppy right there, Slop Dog. What's up, Joey Tats? That's my homie right there. Did time in the feds.
Cats.
Yeah, he does tattoos now. That's my homie right there.
Hey, I do see in these comments. The comments are wild. Well, not all of
I
them,
see Breeze.
but just a quick shout out. All of these viewers in here that are like fucking fuck that Crusher Salt. Like, thank you guys.
Yeah,
Thank you guys.
yeah.
And for
Well,
any of you guys that are watching and haven't subscribed to my channel yet, it's Rolling with Crusher. When we talk about some good, I won't interrupt your interview too long, but go
no,
check out my channel.
no. Yeah, no. That's and definitely. You're at 3,500 or so subs. I would like to push that up over 5 or 75. Like I said, hopefully, uh, everybody goes over there, checks out your videos, checks out your lives, watches the interviews with Stinky. For fuck's sake, great awesomeness.
Yeah,
And
definitely one of my highest trending ones for sure.
and for my own selfish purposes, my own curiosity, you got to do a video on what happened.
In time.
Yeah, I know, it's still fresh.
As of right now, I'm not doing. I haven't came out with any of that yet. It's not because I'm worried about what this fucking lame thinks or this lame
No,
thinks. It's the respect that I have for that nation. That's the
yeah,
only reason why I don't do it.
yeah. Well, that comes in with the navigating how you word things and kind of what you can and can't say. And there are things that you probably inevitably can't say that would shine more light onto the reasons why this happened or that happened that you're not allowed to really talk about for your own personal reason. So it's a hard one. It's going to be a hard one, but it's
Why do you have bunny ears on, bro?
somebody put them on me. I don't know. Listen, that's what I tried to tell somebody to put sunglasses on you last night because people can just buy stuff and they'll put like weird shit on your face.
You know, I've seriously thought.
But it's cool.
I've seriously thought about wearing glasses. So, because as I go home and I watch myself, I
It's
watch
a
the that's why I
yeah,
don't do it. But I go home and I rewatch the shows and stuff, and it's like I catch it, but I'll be like this, and then I'll be like reading it, and then back down, and then reading because I get sucked in the fucking comments. I'm like,
yeah,
at least if I had glasses on, you wouldn't see me reading the comments. But then I'm like, I
yeah.
know that's kind of Breeze's like, unofficial trademark. So I'm like, well, fuck, I'm not gonna do that. I got accused of copying Ghost today.
Who Sos the Ghost?
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
don't copy him. I don't see you being him.
I said fucking what did I say? I said ride more, politic less. And
Yes.
it started. It's like that's Ghost's say blah 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 blah. And I'm just like,
Oh,
well, bro, like I think I seen it on somebody's hat that he was interviewing the other day, and it just kind of stuck in my head, right? Because of the
yeah,
awesome saying, like ride less
yeah.
or ride more, politic less. Like my bad. I'm like, no, I didn't steal it from him.
So Sos can't be denied. His editing is bar none. He is the only person that's ever interviewed Junior from Dago, right? Like the dude has really done some cool stuff, but at the same time, I'm Team Black Dragon, and personally, I rock with Black Dragon, even though Sos has a much bigger channel. There's internal shit, my own reasons, but so I don't really watch Sos very much.
I never really watched any YouTuber that covers anything motorcycle related until I met you.
Yeah,
And that hasn't been that long.
No.
Uh, how many people left Crusher? Matt, all my lames left, bud. All you lames left. Um, that's when I first started watching really anything besides music on YouTube.
Yeah.
Was when I forget what it was, but somebody, I want to say maybe it was Shane. And he was like, "Oh, that picture or some shit. Look, it's going." That was that first iconic picture.
Oh, the picture of the fellas in the
Yeah, the
yeah,
fuck your feelings photo. I
yeah,
think, and they're like, "You got to watch it on Vegas Profile." I'm like, "What the fuck is that?" And they're like, "Oh, it's on YouTube." And I'm like, "Well, I only use YouTube for music. Like, I didn't
yeah.
never realize it was this whole other fucking social media platform. I had no idea."
I
But
spend more time on like comedy or just watching like stand-up comics. I don't watch the biker genre very much. If one of the handful of people are live, Breeze, now you, Black Dragon, Hollywood, or Biker News Canada are the only people that I really follow. And it's not for content because, like with you guys in Reading, like with the Fresno Salem indictment, like the Bakersfield indictment, I bring a different layer and I bring the stories that nobody else is going to know about. I sit on stories sometimes for years, months. I had the George Christie police tapes for 2 years before I put them out,
oh
and I put
shit,
them out of spite.
but I do personally know that there are a lot of people from the club that I was with that do watch you. Just before I really knew like how much you were covering everything that
Yeah,
was going on up here, because I would hear bits and pieces, but to me YouTube wasn't anything to me. So when people would be like, "Oh, and he said this," and I'm like, "Oh yeah, that's cool," and I'd get on about my day. But then when I would start being in LA and stuff, and brothers would be like, "Holy shit, you guys are fucking handling it up there," and I'm like, "Because we don't."
yeah,
When something when
minor. Yeah,
something whatever, we don't
yeah,
we're not like, "Hey, guess what we did, guess what we did, oh, guess what I did today." We
right,
don't do that, right? So it
right.
was when from down south was kind of like, "Fuck, you guys are really holding the area." I'm like, "Fuck, what are you talking about? We're ready, we just do what we do." And they're like, "No, bro," and they start showing me. I'm like, "Oh shit, who the fuck took that photo? Who got that video?" So no,
Yeah,
like, you have a huge following in the MC,
yeah.
not just culture, but actually MC scene.
Yes, yeah, and I really don't fuck with lobster lames, like, and that's why the information is usually from within, always. Uh, take it all the way to the club that you were just in with the San Bernardino thing, where two war buddies were riding together. One of them is like a cop at the jail or something. He's just riding with his buddy. They get pulled over, and all of a sudden they want to call this San Bernardino cop who owns a banger shop a Mongol, and everybody ran with it, and or the thing with Eastwood in Florida, uh, things like that where I can get my ear low enough to the ground to get the right information out there as to why something happened or the truth about it, right?
Right.
And I think that it helps clubs to for somebody to be able to say, hey, this isn't what they're saying in the news isn't right, and what everybody's reporting on biker news channels is not right. This is
No,
this
they
is what.
always paint bikers to be something
Yeah,
that they're not. And 9 times out of 10, if somebody's ever hung out with a biker, with somebody in a 1% club, 9 times out of 10, they're going to tell you that those are the most respectful people that you have ever met.
yeah,
Now, don't twist the words. At some point, you're gonna have that altercation on the freeway riding through town where he's like, "Fuck you, I go fuck you," and then it's just like, "Oh, he's a pile of poop." Like, yeah, that it happens, but I mean that happens with you in your car as well. But with the bike, we're not these big ugly fucking demons that we're made
I
out to be.
I lived in LA one time and I worked in Azusa, and I was going up the freeway, rush hour gridlock, and here comes a Vago, and he has a Hulk hand on his hand, holding like a beer or something, and he is just whacking everybody's mirror on the way through with this Hulk hand. I'm dying laughing because I'm a sick individual, right? Had he hit my mirror, I would have been laughing about it because it's just funny. And he didn't
Because
give
I
a
got
shit.
issues.
Yep, because he was having a bad day, and that shit was hilarious to me. So inevitably, you have something like that where it's like everybody wants to look at the bikers like they're dirtbags, but there are clubs that have treated me good and clubs that have treated me poorly. There are clubs that I shine in a bad light, Hell's Angels, but they're still Hell's Angels that I talk to because they see what the point in what I'm doing. I'm not doing this just for clicks and views. If something's faulty and somebody brings it to me, I'm going to try and put it out there so that it betters that club at the end of the day, right? If the news media comes and says the black and white are have a cop in their club, but they don't, these dudes were in Iraq together. They have built a bond that none of us will ever see unless we've been there, you know, being held down by a sniper or something. Like those guys have that connection. And for the world to say, oh, they had a cop in the club, that's the last club that would ever have a cop in the club. The the leaps and bounds that that club has made off of Doc and Little Dave and the mistakes that have been made along the way, the growth and evolution that that club has enacted is insanely precise now. The
Yeah.
last thing they would have is a cop in the club.
But I mean, even on that one, it's like there's always going to be a turd somewhere. And this was a
Always.
thing. This was a thing. I used to say this all the time because most clubs they'll do a background check right when you come into the club. Right, you get your paperwork ran, and if you're good,
Yeah.
you'll move forward. But that's it. What happens that you've been out doing this for 2 years, 5 years, 6 years, 8 years? I always said like I feel like paperwork should have to be produced. I always wanted every once a year, but at least once every 2 years. Because you have protocols, right? If you get arrested or fucking something happens and you're in contact with law enforcement, you're supposed to report it right away to your chapter. I guarantee you, any club in the world, I guarantee you, there's incidents where that doesn't happen.
Well,
I feel like that's
so
performance.
yeah, but the feds are very sneaky about how they do stuff. Take Black Bear Diner with Brian, right? I think's his name. Uh, he was charged and then it was sealed on a federal level. Does that mean that he's working with them? Possibly. Does that also, could it be that it is a part of a much wider indictment that's coming down? Very likely, right? So there's no telling. But the feds will make it look like shadiness. And I'm not taking up for that dude because that dude's a complete POS for what he did to the Queens of Chaos. Complete piece of shit, right? But at the same time, I could see where even being arrested, but and then if you're arrested, should that mean that you're away from the club? Should the club just put you on freeze?
So it depends. Like if my personal belief would be like if you got hemmed up on something and it's felony or higher, you need to
Black
be
Bear
on,
Diner?
you need to be
Yeah.
on non-association until it's ran its course. And if it's fishy,
Yeah.
sorry about your luck.
Yeah. I mean, it
Plus,
is the way, but
you're gonna be able to tell from somebody's demeanor too, especially that
yeah.
first time after coming back to hang out with you guys the first time after something happened a month ago, 2 months ago, and you haven't talked to him, and now this is gonna be your first interaction. You're gonna be able to gauge just from his movement, his demeanor, his words. Is he sweating when he's like just things? You're gonna be able to read that and be
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
maybe you're
Not
not
always.
dirt, but I'm not gonna do dirt with you.
Yeah. Not always. I've been surprised by a couple of informants before in my life, telling stories and things where you're like, whoa, I never would have seen that guy. Almost the Sammy the Bulls out there, right? Where you never would have seen them turning, but they turn. Um, yeah, anytime there's a big charge or any of that, I could understand. But the checks and balances in your old club, they're pretty. they're pretty good, even when it comes to prospecting. And I won't go into it much more than that, but with oversight and things like that, like they're pretty good. They've tweaked it in really nicely. Uh,
They've definitely honed in on. They know what they're
yeah,
doing. They know what they're doing.
right. Which is what surprised all of us when Reading imploded. Basically, was just like, what are you talking about? No, no. There's checks and balances in place to stop anything like this from happening, but it happened. It sucks. It's a loss, and it's a loss for you more than me by any means, but I feel like it's a loss, and it sucks.
It's good and bad. Like literally, I'm in a good spot right now.
Yeah,
Like it gets better daily, and like I said, I've been doing this lifestyle for 15 years, and I don't regret any of it. Like I said earlier, I would do it again in a heartbeat just because it's so much fun. But I am in like this whole different era of my life
yeah,
that I've never truly been able to experience like I am right now because it's always been club, family, work, like
yeah.
for the last 15 years. So like I don't want to say my entire adult years, but like a good portion of my adult years has been dedicated to a club and everything else came secondary to it. So I'm in like this, it's hard to even explain it. I'm in like this whole new found era of
Yeah.
life. And I like it. It's a good spot, but at the same time, I miss the fuck out of
Well,
life too.
there's other things that you like being a president, right? Anytime a president who has spent years in any big 1% club, top club, goes out, have the feds tried to come at you at all? Like they do that, have
Since
they
since I've
since you
left,
left? Yeah. No, that's
no.
good. That's good. You guys weren't up there doing anything crazy or illegal or
I mean,
anything
we
anyway, though.
got raided, right? Like I
Yeah,
don't know
it
what
happens.
was it, a year and a half, some not terribly too long ago. We got raided, and I mean they took everything. They
Yeah,
took every fucking thing. Like all of our phones, they took our phones. Like your most intimate text messages, photo, like every
yeah,
motherfucking thing. They took everything.
yeah,
And out of all of that, they found a legal pew pew that was legal.
yeah,
It was in one side of a saddlebag, and the clip was in the other side, just like you're supposed to.
yeah. That's fine.
They found that, and that's only because they started searching the bikes, and the hang around who it was stepped up and said, "Hey, you're searching bikes, just to let you know
This
this
is
is their
mine, and
base.
this is what's in it. Yeah,
It's mine, it's legal."
yeah,
Oh, thank you. And then they
yeah,
arrested me and him for it. But it
yeah.
was like, and then dropped all the charges like a month later before he went to court. But said I was never arrested, only detained.
It's crazy. You never hear about the charges being dropped. Like, take Bakersfield 81. They all got arrested together, right? A couple years back. The cops showed all of these bangers as if it was a cache of bangers, right? No, these are all legally owned and stored at each member's houses, right? Like legally owned. But you never hear that those charges were ever dropped, right? But they were. Like you can't beat the media and the cops. Well, they'll make you look bad. Oh, we raided them and we found bangers is the headline. And
It's
it's like, hold on.
second line. It's
You found a
but
legally owned banger.
uh, but like no, finish answering that. Like so, they went through everything, and at that point, I think they realized like, okay, they're not doing what we were A told or B
Yeah.
thought, right? Because I mean, they had everything. We didn't know we were being watched. We didn't know we were getting hit. It was like the FBI, right? So it was like, we didn't know shit. And so when they hit, there was no like hiding, like it was us. Like this is how we would be any other every day. And they came in and they hit and they found absolutely nothing. And
Did
so
you
I think
guys did you guys follow up on it to see where the tips came from, or where the
We know
basically information?
where they come from.
Oh,
We
is it
know.
somebody that I hate?
Yeah, no, it's
Ah,
no, no,
okay.
it's somebody. But,
I just wanted to
hey,
make sure it wasn't somebody that you know what I'm saying. I
now
could use
his
that.
his name was all over the paperwork.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Well, and that's bound to happen too. That's why there's prospecting periods. Uh, and running background checks, like you said, is it's important.
Well, you have to, because like you, trust me, I've met some really fucking smooth talkers.
Yep.
They have all the right answers. They know exactly what they need to say and when, and then later in the road, you find out they're a turd. So it's like, what
Right.
else could people like that have been hiding? So yes, background checks for a club mandatory.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I'm fine with where my life is compared to say where it was 20 years ago when I was really into the, doing time and all the prison politics and all that. Now I couldn't tell you what's going on in the Nevada prison systems. I can, but not on a detailed level because I'm so far away from it. But it's taken 15 years really to where it's
Yeah,
like,
right? Like we all grew up at some point, right? So
yeah,
you were 15 years in the system. I was 15 years in a club, and I feel like I'm now at that point to where it's just like,
yeah. Well, YouTube was my outlet. Uh,
so far it's
and
helped me a lot.
it is there, but it can drive you crazy too. And that's one of the things that I've told you is people in the comments. There are people that are always going to say awful things. Like go look in my comments from my last videos.
I,
Inevitably, there's like 14 window lickers in there talking shit.
the
I don't care. I don't
fucking
even block them. I don't give a fuck. Thanks for the
the,
comment.
the internet is an ugly place.
It is.
I've learned that one real fucking quick.
Yeah. Yeah, and it gives people that wouldn't talk shit a voice to talk shit. So you just kind of got to go with it. And there are channels that make. There's one called Little Smoky. He makes songs, AI versions of me and other people, but he uses me. I go over there and like the videos and laugh because it's just comedy.
It's free
You can't be
publicity.
mad.
It's
Well,
free
no,
publicity.
somebody making fun of you or but if they do it cleverly like this little Smokey does, why would I be mad at him for that? He put time and effort into making a banger song and putting my face and having me do funny stuff, never really talking down or shit to me, just being funny. I love it. That shit's funny as fuck to me.
Hey, you
Yeah.
know one thing that nobody's talking about yet?
Hmm.
Dolly Parton.
She was 80. She was 80 and she was rich most of her 80 years. Give me her life.
Yeah, it's just that's one of those. All the iconic people from my childhood are all passing on. Like
Yeah, but
that's
she was
one of those.
iconic in your dad's childhood, though. So
Well,
that's how old she was.
she was something different in my dad's era, but
Yeah,
no, it's like all those people that were kind of like, oh shit, like that means we're getting old. I read
yeah,
it. I read in here somebody told me to grow a goatee because I look like I'm 10. I'm like, I'm gonna take that as a compliment because I'm
yeah,
borderline 45 years old. So thank you.
yeah, yeah. That's me. I'm 46. I'm not gonna put any just for men in my. Fuck all that.
Hey Matt, you keep
This is me.
asking for an interview. We should do an interview about how you couldn't afford your daughter fucking Christmas and I bought everything for her, but I'm a piece of turd, huh? Okay, good.
I don't. Let me see. I don't see a Matt.
It's Atkins.
Tell tell Breeze I'm gonna interview Matt from Washington.
He's on here. He just posted just a minute ago and said his George Christie tomorrow.
Matt from Washington, if you want to do an interview with me, since Breeze went over and did it with George. No, I can't hate on Breeze.
Can you
I
two? Do you guys not see each other's comments?
No, he blocked me. I
Oh,
can't see any comments on this one. On this one, I can see his comments, but I'm proud of him for doing it. I hope he asked him at least hard enough questions in some spots to where, because I want Breeze. I think the next step would be Jake and Aaron, and Breeze knows who I'm talking about. Those would be the next two in the line of interviews. My advice would be do those if you can, Aaron McIntosh and Jake Holder, because it ties all the George Christie stuff together. And those two have something drastically different to say, but it is their story, and it's all that George Christie Ventura charter thing, and it would be financially beneficial for you to do for sure, Breeze. Just a little
I'm gonna narrate.
brotherly advice.
I'm gonna narrate and say he said okay.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, that's like
So, hey,
last
gang,
night.
Arizona Renegade. I'm gay and go way off topic.
Welcome to the internet, bro. 300 people in here. Inevitably, somebody's going to say something wild. Todd's going to come in. I see Todd right there.
Hey, we have 290 people watching right now and 175 likes. If you're still watching, hit the like button. Run it up. After you
Yes.
do that and this interview's over, jump
Yeah.
over to Rolling with Crusher on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button. Me and Rick, we're gonna do this every week. No, I'm joking.
Well, you should go live.
I
You
do
should go
them.
live. Yeah, we should switch over and you should go live on your channel. Bring everybody that is here over to your channel right now and just talk about whatever.
How the fuck? How do you? We're gonna have to have a conversation about that one because I have no
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah.
But we should do
Yeah,
that in the very
that's
near future. That's cool.
there you go.
I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah. It's new features. YouTube's always coming out with something new. And you can drag people from one live to the other. I could send people to your live if you were live right now. I saw Mike Ball do it from Insane Wheels, and I think it was Mike, maybe. Shout out Mike Ball, by the way. If you like geopolitical stuff, that's the man right there.
That's what I'm saying. YouTube. This is so new to me. It's like every day I find out something new. Literally yesterday, I found out that I could give away free memberships. And like Big Rob from Sacto, I
I
see
didn't
him.
know I could do that.
Yeah, he's one of my moderators on my channel. Thank you for it. And like one day, it said he did something, and there was like 10 new members, and I'm like,
Oh yeah, he what he does, and Big Rob, I've seen him do that a few times. I saw him, maybe it was on my channel, maybe it was on Breeze's, and I think it was Big Rob Sacto, bought like 50 memberships. And it's like, that's a lot. That's
I
a
saw
lot of
that
money to buy those memberships, and that's awesome.
it was like $240. I was looking
Mm-hmm.
at your thing earlier, and that's what it is. I saw that.
Yeah.
I it yeah. Oh,
See?
see, he just did
See, he
it.
just did that right there. I got a membership last night from Big Rob Sacto, or for you, maybe it was you giving away.
I did
I
that
was
one.
one of the people that actually won that raffle. So now I'm a member of your channel, which is good.
Yeah, he told me how to do it. Yeah, maybe you can explain a wrench to me real quick.
Okay, so wrenches are your moderators. Mine are bar none the best on YouTube. I got Herb Dizzle, Bigfoot, OC714, and Mark W. Are my main four just in there. And then they're my managing mods. So they can block people, they can unblock people, they run the chat. That's why I usually don't even look at my chat, because I have so much faith in them and what they do. They let a lot go, and I prefer that. If you start to block even the haters, then everybody will inevitably say you're hiding something. For me, I don't block anybody unless they're threatening or they're putting out real names or something like that. Unless they're getting really crazy with it. But you can call me an asshole all you want in my chat. I don't give a shit.
Mhm.
At the end of the day, it drives the algorithm. You
Right.
know, the haters can drive your algorithm too. I used to do videos once a week on Mondays called "Banging on the Haters," and I would roast the haters in my comments. I'd take their pictures and just roast them. But YouTube said I was bullying people, so I had to stop.
But,
Yeah, but
oh,
all right. I think
there's Rob.
which Rob?
I
Big
read
Rob's.
I
Oh,
read that wrong.
ah, where's Aiden says where's Breeze's $50? It's in the mail. I'm standing on mine. He's standing on his. But doesn't mean we gotta hate each other. I still have love for Breeze. I just don't want to do business with Breeze no more. It's just too wild for me. But I don't want him to fail. He's got his $50 in the channel that he's built.
I feel like you two had a good run. You guys put out
We
some really
did.
good content, and you guys
Hmm.
were good together.
Yeah. Yeah. And we go about it. We take little funny shots at each other still. And that's just the nature of our friendship and what it was. Like we were always picking at each other, right? And that was kind of the fun in it. And do I miss it? Yeah. Uh, but to a point where it's just like, do I sleep better without him calling me and telling me I have no legs? Yeah,
That I consider that the YouTube politics, and I stay out of it.
absolutely, absolutely. A lot like with what's going on with you and the members of Reading that are still around or frozen or whatever's going on with that. Same thing. Where it's like I try to not dig too deep into that whole story because it's just it's a wild one. You could just tell it's suiting up to be a wild ass story, bro. And I fucking do it already, Crusher.
It'll come out.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
see, here's the thing that the lames on that are commenting on this. Here's what they don't get. For me to tell the story, it doesn't stop with just those two. Like really that one, but what he did ran so far to where it turned into something so bigger that I can't tell the story without making other people look bad. And to what? To appease him?
yeah. Well, the last thing we want is a mudslinging contest on the internet because that's everybody loses when everybody's just yelling, pointing the finger at each other. But it's ugly. And being right on the edge of the outside, and it's just like fuck, man. Why, guys?
Well, you
But
know what? There's somebody who's really good, who's picking up the reins, and
King of the North.
absolutely, there's not a doubt in my
Hmm.
mind that he will be the king of the North.
Yes.
He commands that from
Yes.
his presence.
Yeah. Yes. Absolutely. And if I had to handpick somebody in that area to spearhead the community in that area, that would be the person.
Yeah.
That would be the man. He's built for it. He's from there. That's he has so many deep ties in the whole scene. He's well respected. He's respectful. He's smart as a whip, and you know,
Mr. Jon Snow.
yeah, Jon Snow, King. Yeah, the king is returning to the north. Exactly. Uh, Aside from like you said in your podcast, aside from Scotty Grow coming up there, banging heads against the wall to get everything in order, uh, they're just they're not built for what's coming. You know.
Not definitely not for what's coming. Like that's like what I said on one of my videos. Like they should really take advantage of the time that they have right now to do their
Yeah, but they can't
No,
because everybody in that community understands that they're a bunch of turds.
and don't get it twisted. A lot of people in the community already knows.
Yeah, that's what I'm
What's
saying.
coming. They know what's coming, so they're just
Oh yeah,
waiting because they're instantly already going to be
yeah,
on Mr. White's side.
right, right, and that's what it. Listen, who are you going to follow, Beavis and Butthead or
Jon Snow.
Jon Snow's? Yeah, it's the difference is it's stark. You know, not to be funny with Jon Snow, Stark, whatever. The difference
I,
is palpable.
I personally would have loved to been right by his side as
Yeah,
as as he did it.
yeah,
And there's still a huge part of me that wants to be by his side when he does it, but I don't think that's in the cards. So
yeah, yeah, and just chalk that up to the game. Uh, it kind of landed where it landed, and it doesn't mean that you can't root them on.
man, I just gotta say, fucking Atkins, I've never seen you this tough in the whole fucking 6 years I've known you. You're with it on fucking text message, though. Props to you.
So, oh, the playbook, how to make 81 the best in the North. Uh, yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, and the reason Scotty's name comes up so much is because Scotty's already done it once, right? He's already come and built it once.
Yeah, I truly believe Scotty was the entire force
Oh yeah,
of putting that together in the beginning, and then he picked out those key players, guys like Shane,
yeah,
that you know,
yeah,
but he
yeah,
had the right players in the right positions
yeah,
when he left. They were in a good, like I said, they were in a good spot. They were in a strong position.
yeah. The problem and it comes out of Highlands really. When it comes to 81, kind of those Highlands members are kind of devious against each other. They're really bad. Uh, they want what you have. They want your power or your money making or whatever it is, and they end up smutting up a lot of good dudes. But then, who's going to protect you when somebody comes to kick your ass at Camper World? you know, yeah, that kind of deal. But it'll be interesting to see for sure. All right. Well, I think we had a good first one.
I appreciate the hell out of you having me come on here. I
Yeah.
wish my fucking AC hadn't taken a crap because I'm over here sweating my goddamn ass off. But before we go, once again, if everybody who's watching this live or if you're watching it later after it's already aired, hop over to Rolling with Crusher. Check out some of the videos that I have going on. Hit the subscribe button. Let's grow these channels. There's not a lot of people that
Right.
are doing. Not a lot of people out here
I'm
that are
still.
doing what we're
I'm.
doing.
I'm always going to be about that too. In line with that, Breeze just said he's dropping his George Christie interview tomorrow. Everybody go watch that. I know I will be. Uh, I mean, shit. Breeze got George Christie. It's going to be good. So, all right, brother. Well, thank you everyone for coming to Vegas Profile Stories. I appreciate each and every one of you. I hope you guys have an amazing day, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you for having me.
All right, brother.